and Preece makes the cut.
Yikes.
I think he had his eyes on the 12 of Blaney trying to clear him.
Tyler Reddick, Justin Allgaier.
See right here, going to go right in.
Tries to avoid it the last second. Haley was on pit road as well.
See right here. Oh, Blaney. He didn't even know Blaney was in it. He just goes absolutely straight up the racetrack.
Maybe. Oh man,
they made contact.
Tiny bit.
Yeah, he got into the left rear of the 20, and that got him loose. Gosh, he was lucky right there.
Boy, real close there. And he kind of got himself in a situation where, as
the 34 McDowell along for the ride. There he is. Yeah, so I think Stenhouse was the first one in the fence with all his cars side by side there. Not enough room. Yeah, Kurt Busch squeezing the 17 into the wall. And look at here, maybe the 17, a little angry with that. Turns him into McDowell. Almost flips the 34 car.
And it all began. Look at Burton in the 18. He gets away unscathed, as does the 13 of Johnny Sauter, and the 17 of Ankrum just a bit clicked there in the, well, maybe a little heavier than we thought in the left front, but.
The inner loop, out of the inner loop, into the carousel. What is he going to do? He gives him a little bit of bumper. Hey, send him into the tire barrier right there. Payback from earlier.
Faster than he did coming into the corner, and it pulls the back of that car around with it as he went by.
Great look at it right there. And great execution from our production group, all the camera folks who are out in the elements today. Very windy and cold day in Texas. We appreciate all they bring each and every week.
So keep an eye on that. Daniel Hemrick right there has a flat tire. He's trying to get out of the way, loses control of his car.
Heavy traffic for the top 5 car. Oh, the double arrow into the fence.
Cole Custer. He catches the 20 of Christopher Bell. They spin, the caution comes out. Big contact now behind him.
I think that's the 81.
Control and out of the driver's hands.
Yeah, Harvick trying to push him to get him by that middle lane, and when he hit him, it just shot Brad up. Then it just all stacks up, and guess what? When you all run in a line together trying to help each other and something happens, guess what happens to all of you? You all get damaged.
Harvick's in the fence a little bit. I think he's going to be okay.
Go 3 wide, 4 wide, and they just run out of real estate. Contact with the 41 up the track, catches Hemrick. Legato down there on the bottom of the racetrack as he went out of
and throwing that debris, tire debris, up in the air. You can't see it because the trash compound's so dark. You can't really see where that stuff's at, where the groove's at, where it ends.
And so he's just getting loose right here as the 14 goes to his outside. It looked to me like Kyle Larson at that point as he went in the corner. Man,
heavy impact.
Yeah, the 3 of Austin Dillon really
taking every little gap that's there, and here comes a crash.
That's Earnhardt. Got into the 86 to the 51 of Jeremy Clements. Timmy Hill in that as well.
Justin Allgaier.
And that's a product of him getting caught in the first crash.
I mean, this racing has been outstanding since we got the green flag with 6 to go. Man, he went nose first after contact with Cole Custer.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what happened off of turn 2 over there.
Final lap, his teammate Denny Hamlin just got loose off the corner. And around he went. And into the inside retaining wall.
That's Mike Harmon coming out of there.
So here he is on that curb. Oh.
Overcorrected.
Yeah.
Right into the Armco barrier. Wow.
Per mile-and-a-half race.
You're right, Steve. That's a big impact for that 98.
Yeah.
We talked about these composite bodies, how strong they are, but there's still the suspension when it hits those tires that hard. Look at that impact by Tyler. That's a huge shot.
Reddick.
Oh, Reddick was out of control going up the racetrack. Big hit. Watch that again. There was a lot of things going on there at once.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Reddick had a flat tire or just get out of line.
Side force. And they get really close together in turn 2. Just suck the 48 car right around.
Yeah, the one car, Kurt Busch, he just had some issues and just got up the racetrack, and that allowed both of these guys to get underneath them. And you said it. I mean, when you get underneath somebody like that, it's easy to get the air taken off of your spoiler, and just around they went, 3 wide. Just normally doesn't work very well at Indy. It's just not a wide racetrack.
The start of this broadcast about how difficult it is to keep control of your truck when you're down on the bottom. It just got loose. No air on that right rear fender because of the outside.
Watch this damage right here.
Traffic, and then bam. Wow. Look at that contact.
That was a block. I think the 3 got there. He didn't mean to get there. It's just a little bit of contact.
When Clint goes across the back bumper of that 3, it turned the 3 sideways. It upset the back of that 3 car. And then at that moment, Austin's trying to just catch his car. He's steering the race car, trying to steer the back of the race car. It starts driving like a forklift at that moment. And
There's 32 spots to see who's going to get their shot at winning tonight. And for the second time, and that's a big hit for the 34 of Jesse Awuji.
We were just talking during the commercial break, Michael and I, and
Ricky came off the end of the front straightaway, and that hard shot into the barrier. Something let loose on the right front, probably a tire going down there, right in front of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Landon Castle at this point, along for the ride and into the wall. Wow, what a hit.
boom, boom. 3 or 4 of them all together.
Right in the lookout. Wow. 22 almost went over.
Yeah, that's a moment that all the safety of the roof flaps and the hood flaps definitely saved that 22 car from going over. Years ago, I'm confident to say that car may have went airborne for sure.
Sure, yeah. Brad and
so with that
Blaney
kind of
just sneaking by. That was big for Blaney.
Even though the 22 is back in the pits, opportunity to get tuned
here. That red, white, and blue #1, second in line on the top, gets basically the same situation we've seen. He catches the 2 of Tyler Reddick. It stops his momentum. Christopher Bell's behind him. He doesn't know, can't do anything about it. Just hits the 1 so hard it spins the 1 out at the front of the field.
We'll see what happens here. He's in the middle of the screen. The orange truck, he's going to dip below Decker in the 54, bounces up, just wasn't quite clear of Natalie, and she was holding her line, and they clipped Boyd into that outside wall.
Yeah, can't
really very similar to what we saw a little bit ago with Austin Cindric and Brandon Jones, right? Car on the outside, kind of takes the air off the car on the inside, and on the inside.
And Gilliland had nowhere to go either. He had someone on his back bumper, and boy, that's a
man, that's a frightening feeling, seeing that wall coming at that speed. Believe me, I know I've hit a few of them.
Thank goodness for the safer barrier. Obviously, you see how much damage there is to that truck.
How about Alex Bowman in the 88? He gets a shove. He's going to go sideways, right in front of the pack. The 48 caught up, and the 9 is caught up. The caution has come out. He got a big shove right into the front of the pack.
Next car down the front straightaway.
Huge block coming right here.
Blaney, as they go around, the 37, almost upside down. So's the 96, Parker Kligerman. Here they come. They make contact. They're side by side. It's a photo finish at the line.
Eric Jones tries to feel the hole, and Brad, it's very tight right there. Brad coming down the 20, trying to get in that position, and it took all the air off the right side of that 20 car. Eric Jones getting a little bit loose there underneath the tube.
Tries to make it 3 wide right there. Buscher comes down. A little bit of contact right there, and just turns the 37 around.
Boy, and Benedetto had nowhere to go, and Truex had nowhere to go.
So happy to see that 37 car stay on the ground when the 95 hit him. Yeah, big hit by Haley in the 77.
Wow.
The 17th of February looking way too much like the 4th of July.
Amen.
Fireworks everywhere.
Yeah, and it really and truly, it was Paul Menard. He gave to Benedetto a little shove, but it was on the outside, on the right side, and that just turned the Benedetto into the outside wall, and then it was on from there.
And a different situation than we saw in the clash between Menard and with Jimmy Johnson, but it was a similar thing when we heard the spotter on the 21, Menard say, well, he zigged and we zagged.
That Brad was pushing the crap out of me, and I loved it. Oh, that's Stenhouse, go figure. Yeah, it stuck the landing. Russian judge docked me a little bit. I didn't keep it straight. No, I mean, look, the Beard Oil Chevy, man, we ran a great strategy. Darren Shaw, Ron Lewis, my spotter, everybody. It was awesome. I mean, 62 was in front for a split second. And let's see, Legs together. I mean, didn't really stick it well.